Hello everyone, thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of Talking Comics, ExcaliburCCGTV, where every week we come together to get you ready for Wednesday. This is my co-host Buzz. This is not my co-host Buzz. This is my co-host Randy, and I'm Chris.
I can't grow the fierce beard.
The fierce beard, I love it.
And guys, that's how it's done with the video intro, except for calling me the wrong name.
I have no idea.
You never call your lover the wrong name.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Guys, we are back for another great episode. Tons of stuff to cover this week. But guys, don't forget, we are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, as well as in Texarkana, Texas. You can always find out what's going on with us at our website, ExcaliburCCG.com, and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to us here on YouTube if you haven't already. Thanks for covering the bases last week, Buzz and Randy.
Brutal.
I appreciate it.
That was one of those things to try and get as much charisma as you have. Now, if we were playing D&D, this would be the high charisma bard-like character, and I would be like the dwarven zero charisma. And I can't get that going like you.
Oh man, well, thank you very much. But you guys did awesome last week. Y'all kept the show going, and it was greatly appreciated. And many of our viewers enjoyed it as well. So that's boom. Kudos to you guys. Great work. Hey guys, I got a couple announcements real quick before we dive into everything that we got going on this week. Let's start off with a positive note here, real quick though. Friend of our comic store here in Shreveport, Patrick Davis, works for the Shreve Memorial Library, and this month is Horror Month at the Shreve Memorial Library. Every Wednesday night, they are playing horror movies for free.
Yeah.
And you can come and check them out leading up to October 24th, where they're going to be doing a RiffTrax edition of Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah,
so
the original.
The original there. So all of our locals here, check out Shreve Memorial Library.
I believe that's a Broadmoor branch of the Shreve Memorial Library.
Broadmoor branch. Thank you, sir. And check that out. And have fun with horror this month, because Patrick does a lot of work in regards to that. And if you're looking for something to do on the Wednesday nights leading up to the 24th, and then culminating with the 24th with that RiffTrax edition of Night of the Living Dead, you're going to have a ton of fun. And Patrick does a lot of work and makes it a great event.
He's a huge horror fan. He loves this time of the month with that. But you also just, if you're in the area, just keep on checking out the events that the library does, because Pat puts in lots of effort to it. He's a huge comic book fan, and so he usually has a comic book face-off where you can write in who you think would win versus each other, and he'll, this month is probably horror characters.
Yeah.
But
cool.
It's really cool what all he does over there at the library, and it's spread throughout the branches, and other people pick up on this and do this as well. But I mean, Pat just really has a great mind in how he puts this together.
Yes, very cool. So you will not be disappointed. Next up, guys, a friend of our YouTube channel and friend of the comic book community in general here on YouTube, We Love Comics, Chris at We Love Comics, is doing a giveaway. So if you would like to be entered into doing that, there is a link in the description below going to one of his videos talking about what the giveaway is and how you can be a part of it. He's doing an international giveaway and a national American giveaway. So 2 winners will be selected, whether you're international or in the USA, and someone will have the chance to win on the giveaway that Chris from We Love Comics is doing. Go and check that out. Have fun with that. And to wrap it up on a more sober note, here recently we have had the passing of a couple of individuals in the comics industry.
Long time
individuals of doing that. Huey Golden is a local Shreveport gentleman that had Legends here in Shreveport, and we found out here recently that he had passed at the young age. I believe he's in his 50s. And then also over in Monroe, Louisiana, Mr. Clint Thomas of Clint's Comics recently passed, and he was just 50, just passed. So we here at Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games send our condolences, our thoughts, and our prayers to the families and individuals affected by all of this. And we're sorry that this has happened, and we hope that everyone will be able to make it through this very trying time with these situations. So there we go, guys. And that's it for the announcements for right now. So guys, have fun with the locals here. Have fun with Shreveport Memorial Library, the Broadmoor branch. Go over to We Love Comics. Find out about that giveaway. And then if you know about Huey Golden and Clint Thomas, in those respects, be sure and send something their way on Facebook or however you wish to communicate with them if you know them. So we're moving on to a ton of number ones that are hitting this week from Marvel and a couple other places as well. And we're just going to dive in. Randy, would you like to start the honors, sir?
Let us do this. We have Captain America, Sam Wilson, number one. This is Nick Spencer, Daniel Acuna. Acuna's one of the guys that seems to always land on the opening story arc of a book here. We'll get to see what's going on. This is going to tell the story of Sam. Sam Wilson was handpicked by Steve Rogers when he was returned to his normal age to take on the mantle and continue being Captain America. So details beyond that, don't really know, other than this is going to be something where they maybe are even teasing some tension between Cap and Sam.
Yeah.
That's just from the cover art though. See,
exactly.
Beyond that, who knows?
There we go. One Spider-Man title that just will not go away. Spider-Man 2099, number one. Starting again this week. We still have Peter David and Will Sliney on the creative team for this. This takes a look at Miguel O'Hara working for Parker Industries. Parker Industries. A threat appears. It puts his life in jeopardy, and he's got no choice but to come out of his retirement that he's been in and fight the good fight with some new threads and tackle the problem the only way he knows how to do it, head on. So all of you Spider-Man 2099 fans, Brad, Buzz, I'm looking at you guys, everybody else, enjoy this new series as it launches this week.
Cool. We also have Guardians of the Galaxy number one coming out. This is Peter Quill, no longer Star-Lord, no longer a Guardian of the Galaxy. He is now over running the show on Spartax with the whole Spartax Empire. Now it's left the door open for Rocket Raccoon to take over. Joining him is going to be Drax, Groot, Star-Lord, Star-Lady, I don't know what they're going to call Kitty Pryde exactly, Venom, and Ben Grimm.
Ben Grimm.
Not sure what's going on there, but Ben Grimm. This is going to be Brian Michael Bendis, and I would love to tell you that this is some shitty art, but I found out that the name is pronounced Skitty.
Is it Skitty for real?
Skitty.
So it's Valerio Skitty.
Valerio Skitty's art on the book. So,
oh, that's awesome. And he's a fantastic artist.
Yeah,
so.
he's a great artist, but I went just to see if I could make that joke, and I can't, because that's not how you say his name. So, Skitty.
Any details on which Ben Grimm this is?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, because where everything's coming out of this Battle World, and then with this issue number 6 of Secret Wars that just came out this week, there was some information in that regard. So I'm not going to spoil it for anybody.
I didn't see that, so now I don't know.
Okay, there we go. Check it out. The raccoon's in charge, baby.
Right.
So guys, New Avengers
Don't call
number
him a
one.
raccoon.
Don't call him a raccoon. New Avengers number one. Hitting this week, we have Al Ewing and Gerardo Sandoval. I may be saying it wrong. I might say it right. But guys, everything is new. This is AIM. This is Avengers Idea Mechanics hitting this week, led by Bobby DaCosta, Sunspot. So we got a little bit of Mutants and Avengers coming in this week. This is the team that America doesn't want, S.H.I.E.L.D. can't handle, but Earth may not be able to survive without them. So we'll get to see what's going on here with this week.
Sweet. We have returning with Volume 2, Spider-Gwen number 1. With this one, Spider-Gwen thinks that she sees the Lizard.
Yeah.
But what that means is if the Lizard is back, maybe Peter Parker is also back. So we don't know exactly what's going on there, because last time she saw them, they were both dying in her arms.
Right.
Also, you'll get to see Earth 65's first appearance for us of the Osborn family. So don't know exactly what to expect there. It's the same creators returning, Jason Latour and Robbie Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So everything should look the same.
Yes, very cool, very cool. Another one, Uncanny Avengers number 1 hitting this week. We have Jerry Duggan and Ryan Stegman on board as a creative team, and this is a new team with the same mission. Steve Rogers has formed this team, and I don't know if Steve's getting old or not, but he allowed Deadpool to be a part of this. So Deadpool is an Avenger now.
It's been shown that it wasn't just Steve but Barack Obama also has signed off on his Avengers. That's awesome.
So there we go, guys. This team has Avengers, mutants, and Inhumans, and don't forget Deadpool. So there we go. So there we go, guys. Have fun with this series as it starts off this week.
Yeah, those are your main Marvel number ones. Now there is another one that Chris will talk about in just a moment, but I'm going to touch on a DC number one coming out with Superman, Lois and Clark number one. Yes. With this, it's spinning out of Convergence, a little late, mind you, but you have veterans Dan Jurgens and Lee Weeks on board as your creative talent, and we see that Lois and Clark, Superman, they're on a different Earth. It's not the same Earth that was that they were used to before, with whatever time they came from. Mm-hmm. Different Earth, and they have their child, which I believe in Convergence was just being born, but is now 9 years old.
Right.
And we're going to get to see what happens. Just kind of what dangers are involved when Lois uncovers a group called Intergang. That's classic DC for you. And is Clark going to possibly try to stop these villains before they become villains? He knows who they are and what they'll become. Will he stop them? So a lot of intrigue there. I'm kind of interested in this series, and those creators definitely piqued my interest.
Dude, if Lee Weeks would have continued on with that Daredevil Dark Knight series, whatever, that was just awesome stuff. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to his A game here with this as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Great stuff. Guys, another one from Marvel. We've received Darth Vader, Star Wars, Shattered Empires, Lando, Princess Leia. Now we get Kanan, and now we get Chewbacca, number one, hitting this week. Mini-series by Jerry Duggan and Phil Noto. On the artwork there, I think it's 4 or 5 issues.
5 issues.
So there we go, guys. Everyone's favorite Wookiee crash lands his ship on an Imperial-occupied planet. Now he's stranded. He's trying to get out of all this, but he's caught in the middle of trying to return to the rebellion, but also trying to save a young girl in need. So we'll get to see how that pans out. I don't even know if I can do it. I can't do it. I was going to try to do it.
Oh, Lordy.
I was inspired because we sat by Peter Mayhew at the con a few weeks ago.
He would have shook his head in disgust at that.
No, he said no. I did it. So there we go, guys.
We've also got this right here. If you are an independent comics fan, maybe one of the biggest announcements in independent comics news ever.
Yep.
But it's kind of a little more hush-hush since it's independent. This is from Vertigo Comics, Twilight Children number one, a 4-issue series. Why do I say that about the independents? You have mega stars, legends, Gilbert Hernandez of Love and Rockets and Darwin Cook of just about anything you can think of there. Love is Parker novels, DC New Frontier. They bring to you this new book, Hernandez writing, Cook drawing. Could easily have switched chores and still been just as awesome. With this, you see that there is an orb that has landed on the shores of this small Latin American village, and the orb happens to make these children go blind.
Right.
Along with that, you see this beautiful young woman, possibly an alien, that gets accepted into the town, and she attracts the attention of some very strange undercover CIA agents. So what's possibly going to happen with this is these people and a couple of others going to have to band together to stop an alien invasion, or possibly risk losing the souls of all the people in the town there. Very Gilbert Hernandez with the story here. Cool. But totally looking forward to this.
And what I'm really appreciating with these Vertigo launches is that they're limited series or mini series.
A lot of them are. They have a few that are going to be ongoing, but yeah, this one is 4 issues.
It's like, give us a complete story, and if there's great fan reaction, then give us more.
Yeah.
Don't do it the other way around. So kudos to Vertigo.
Something like this, I think 4 issues is going to be great.
Yeah. Yes, seriously. So there we go, guys. From Image Comics, I Hate Fairyland #1, done completely by Scotty Young. We got Scotty Young writing, drawing, everything else involved there. I'm not sure if he may be coloring as well. I'm not sure. But this takes a look at, this is like an Adventure Time, Alice in Wonderland type story about this little girl named Gert. She's a 6-year-old girl who has been stuck in the magical world of Fairyland for 30 years. And she is dying to get out. Expect all kinds of disrespect, irreverence, stuff like Tank Girl, Deadpool style violent madness going on in this book. I guess this is Scotty Young's take on just craziness. I don't know, but it's going to be all him all the way through. So if you love Scotty Young, the stuff that he's done, this is his own thing, his own take. Have fun with that, and let us know what you think about it in the comments below.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
So guys, there we go. Moving on. We got some storylines to dive into. Nothing from DC.
No, but I think that Marvel's getting pretty close to wrapping up all of the other Secret Wars books.
I mean, seriously.
Not the main one.
Right.
But all the others.
Well, I think we'll come to a point where there's just Secret Wars coming out because all these other series will wrap up before then.
They said that.
I read something about that. Let me interject here. I read the recent interview with Hickman and Brevoort. The editor. And they were saying that the issue was with issue number 7. It wasn't. It was like what Hickman had written was like 45 pages. So what they did was they made issue 7 and 8, and 8 is number 9. So that's what happened with that, and caused the push and delay, and they just wanted to fit it all in. So there we go.
I can't believe he thought he was going to get away with that.
I know, seriously, right?
We've got A-Force number 5. This right here, we see A-Force having to take on and possibly take down the betrayer, traitor in their midst. Meanwhile, they're also having to fight these forces that have been unleashed upon them from throughout the whole battle realm.
Exactly.
Good stuff.
One I've been really enjoying, which I guess is the last issue this week, Civil War number 5. We finally get to see the culmination of everything that's been happening in the war zone. Last issue, we found out who was behind the curtain pulling the strings, and it really was a payoff. It was like, that makes total sense, and we didn't even know that faction existed in this whole battle world at all. So I'm really looking forward to it. Heroes and villains from both sides fighting, and we get to find out and get a conclusion and find out what happens to the heroes and villains and the war zone in general.
Yeah, and real quickly, a tie into the whole Secret Wars thing is Miss Marvel number 19. This will be closing out the first volume of Miss Marvel, and it's just taking a look at Kamala Khan finally being comfortable being the hero that she's grown into, and just how does she spend her last days. There we go.
And then we got Marvel Zombies number 4. Been digging this as well, especially the Kev Walker artwork has been great. But we get to take a... I know, seriously. Elsa Bloodstone is out of bullets and out of hope. She's trying to keep this special kid alive, but there's a zombie horde and a stalker on her trail. What will she be able to do to survive? And when and if she does survive, what is the world going to look like that she lives on into? What's the world like on the other side? So we get to find out here in this 4th issue, Marvel Zombies. So there we go. Tons of stuff, man. We got all these new number 1s from Marvel, all this extra stuff. These storylines wrapping up here now, as always. Our favorites. So, Randy, what are you going to kick off with our favorites for this week?
Harrow County number 6 comes out. With this one, we get to see that there's nothing that is more dangerous than a twin that is charming, charismatic, smart, and all that just seems to be bad news for Emmy with this. Phenomenal book. We also have Rebels number 7 coming out. With this one is one shot that takes a look from the point of view, I believe, of Molly at what it means to be a war veteran and have women fight in battle. And I mean, this has been something that's going to be a refreshing take or look at this, because we've seen everything from her husband's point of view. And you know, he left home and she was pregnant, and when he came back, she has a 9-year-old child. So so it's one of these things where she's like, as far as I'm concerned, we're not married. You need to prove yourself to me, kind of thing. And so I like that it's maybe a little more modern take, but I don't know. We don't know how women back then worked with them. You know, I don't know. I didn't live back then. Exactly. So it's an interesting take. I'm interested to see that. We also have Phonogram, Immaterial Girl, and Wiccan Divine. That's number 3 and number 15 respectively. Those are coming out. Not a lot of details in the stories there, so just have at them because they're both great Kieran Gillen books.
There we go. Up for me, East of West 21 hits this week. Yes. Yes. Apocalypse Year 2 continues on. I'm loving this book. This just is Jonathan Hickman. We got Nick Dragata. Just loving. You should check it out if you haven't already. Also, Walking Dead number 147 out in the open is all it tells us. So that's scary considering what's been going on in this series. So I'm really looking forward to where Kirkman's taken this. There's two things going on with this group of people, and then with this a bit of a divide between Rick and it's not Andrea, but the other Maggie. So yes, very good stuff leading up to 150.
She should have hit Rick harder. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, see, there we go. And then 150 is going to be a big epic issue, double-sized issue coming out in January. Find out what's leading up to this huge event. So
that's hilarious because I keep saying in the comic Rick needs to die, and I just saw something the other day saying that Carl needs to die in the TV show.
On the TV.
Yeah. So apparently, but I mean, for me, it's just at some point. No matter how good he is, he's got to fall to the zombies.
Something's got to happen.
Something's got to happen there.
Yeah.
That is it with the comics for right now. There are many, many more. We really had to cut down on a lot of things. Even more number ones coming out, guys. But we have a question of the week for you.
Yes.
We always give you a question of the week. And we're just kind of keeping it simple here. Because of all this Marvel stuff coming out, our brains are a little fried. We just, we had the new books come out last week. We asked you what were your was going to be on the top there for you. You can tell us if it lived up to the hype for you. Just try and do it spoiler free. And then we want to know what is the Marvel book that you're most looking forward to this week. Let's, I guess you can cheat and say Chewbacca there, but we're really looking at like this whole relaunch at Marvel.
Yeah, exactly.
With things. For me, I know how good the creative team was on Spider-Gwen, and so I know that they're going to continue. And I like the story, the path they're kind of going with this. So I want to see more with it. That's probably maybe that's a little bit of a cheat, but that's kind of where I'm leaning.
Okay. And what would be your second?
You know what? It's a toss-up. I'm looking forward to finally having somebody new writing Captain America.
Okay.
And that new Avengers really seems intriguing.
Okay.
The whole AIM storyline there.
Avengers. Avengers.
Avengers.
So for me, I think that the top one for me, the top one's going to be Avengers. That's a different take.
Which one?
That's the one with
the new Avengers.
It's new Avengers. You're right. Yeah. You're right. I was mixing it up. I thought it was just Avengers.
Yeah, we have two coming out because we have Uncanny also.
So the new Avengers, I'm really looking forward to that. I liked what was building up in the series before all the Secret War stuff.
Was that like the A-World?
Yeah.
Okay.
All that stuff. I had a lot of that was very fun to me. I really enjoyed that. So I'm going to check this out.
Got Al Ewing, who has just been a really great asset to Marvel as far as I'm concerned.
Several solid stories. I haven't dug everything he's done. I haven't read it all, but there's been some stuff I'm like, okay, well, he's got some cred with me, so I'll check this out, And I'm really looking forward to that. I want to see how Bobby DaCosta, Sunspot, steps in as the leader for this group and goes from there. And then the other one for me would be Spider-Gwen. But I got to be honest with you guys. The thing I love most about Spider-Gwen is like everybody else in her world and not her. I like the different take on Matt Murdock, the different take on Frank Castle, not even the Punisher. I love that. That's the periphery is what has me more intrigued than her.
It's the building of the whole world is very good. I like her character quite a bit.
Yeah.
And with that first story arc we saw right before all this happened, you really didn't get to see much of her in action and being Spider-Gwen there. But it definitely gives me a feel of a much more today, current type of teenage girl who has her problems there than, say, just restarting something with Peter Parker and trying to make him hipper or something. It's a lot like what they did with Miles Morales in the Ultimate Universe rather than the Ultimate Universe Peter Parker.
Exactly. And Spider-Gwen will always have a special spot in my heart because she's the drummer in the band. So boom, there we go, guys. But guys, tell us below. Tell us which of these brand new Marvel relaunch books that you're most looking forward to. If it's Chewbacca, go ahead and throw that in there as well. It's okay. We'll still have fun with it. But tell us below. We want to find out. We want to know what's going on with you guys and what you're digging. Tell us about last week. What you thought about the books from last week. Spoiler free, please, because some people aren't caught up yet. Like I do have to say that Iron Man #1, the art was beautiful.
Originally not something I was going to pick up, but I just put it in my box because that art looked phenomenal. I was like, I may have to give this a go. And it looked like there was actually action going on and not just standing around talking.
Yeah.
Brian Bendis, congratulations.
Exactly. And Doctor Strange too was. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. So I'm not going to spoil it. So there we go, guys.
That does come from a Jason Aaron lover. So
I'm biased. There we go.
That'd be like me going, well, I really like this Brian Wood book.
Hey, speaking of Wood, when they relaunched that Moon Knight book,
Smallwood
is coming back. He's coming back.
Jeff Lemire.
Yes. Oh my God, it's going to be
that
so
is a
awesome.
great 1-2 punch.
Isn't it though, man? It's going to be. Oh, I'm so excited for that, guys. I could keep going on and on. I'm not going to do that to you. We'll do that some other time. But guys, thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Thanks to all of our listeners on iTunes and Stitcher. We really appreciate it. All of our new subscribers that we've received. Hey, take a moment to share the video if you have a moment to do that. Share on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you would like. We would really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't seen our documentary yet, click down below in the description. There's a link for the Silver Steel story, the Excalibur Comics story down there, a documentary that was done by one of our locals in our Texarkana store, Clint Hanna. Fantastic job there as well. So guys, don't miss the question of the week. Tell us what you're most looking forward to from Marvel this week with these new #1s. We want to know in the comments below. As always, we are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, and in Texarkana, Texas. Check out our website, ExcaliburCCG.com. Anything else to add, sir?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Guys, until next time, we will see you in our next video. So read some great comics, leave us some comments down below, and until then, take care.